Hey, hola, hola. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning somewhere out there in the world. It is a beautiful, gorgeous Saturday. It is fabulous. It's beautiful outside, and I'm in here, but only temporarily. I just wanted to make sure that I brought to you some lunch and learn, speaking life over you. I am just full of excitement here on Real Talk with E.V.E. This is your hostess with the mostest, Eve Gomez, and I am wishing you all having a hope you're having a wonderful day. I am. I started having a beautiful day since the time I woke up, just like I said in the last episode. Whatever we bring to our mind, to our heart, and it comes out of our mouth, right? So I want to talk about peace. It may sound like something similar to Wednesdays, but I want to talk about peace. I want to talk about stress. I want to talk about speaking life over yourself. That's something that I love to do over others, as in speaking life over others, speaking life over myself, speaking life, just period, just speaking life. And it is today. Today is just a beautiful day. I just came back from being at the radio station in the studio on Nuestra Comunidad NWI. And of course, I want to thank all those that are following me, that are watching me also and watching our show, Nuestra Comunidad. Shout out to Juan M. Andrade, my co host, Juanito. Some of you may say, "Gee, you're so mean to him. I beat him up every chance I can get. I beat him up with the truth." But I mean well. I mean well. It's like water and oil. It's it's a show. It's a radio show, and of course, this is a different type of show. Real talk with EVE. Some may say this is a little similar, but I don't have a co-host on this one. I do have a co-host on my other show that is the face of a hero, and I just want to thank everybody that comments and chimes in to these shows. And it's just to me, it's been fun, and it's all about what can I bring to you to learn. I never stop learning. I always say leaders never stop learning. So be a leader and never stop learning. And of course, I want to say hello to everybody out there in other parts of the world. Good afternoon, good evening. And I thank you for joining me here on Real Talk with EVE. And I'm just like super stoked, super excited. And many of you may be saying, "Well, why are you always excited?" I am usually excited. For those that have seen me in the public, in other events, and in the community and at church, you'll always see me excited. You'll always see me smiling. I was telling some friends, I got my wrinkles here, and I think I've earned them from all the smiling that I do. I prefer to smile than to frown. As Kirk Franklin says, we look better when we smile. So I hope that you are sharing your smile with someone today. Sometimes that's all it takes to make a difference in somebody's day, in somebody's world. Just smiling, opening the door for them. Whenever I speak to people, I always greet them with good morning or good afternoon, young man, young lady. Doesn't matter the age. And of course, to some, it's a compliment because they've never been told young lady or young man. And I'm not here to um, please people. I just know that that can bless someone. And age is only a number. We are as old as we feel. So I am young at heart. Sometimes the body doesn't think that or feel that, but my mind, my heart is full of youth. And I hope that yours is as well. I'm not sure if you guys hear any birds singing, but I'm being watched. Some of you that are following me on social media about some birds building a nest right here at my front doorstep and outside on the corner of a wall. They watch me by the window. I just had to mention that because I hear them singing. I hear them singing, and these birds are something else. They're territorial. They like to hover over people, and so um, yeah, People have said, leave them alone. Well, the nest has been taken down and they built another one, and they will work overtime to build it. And I think that the eggs have been laid, and there's some new birds in town. So now I see more than three birds. So they've already laid the egg, and already little birdies were hatched and out of their shell, and they need to now go to somewhere else and leave a mess somewhere else. Anyway, I was asking you, and feel free to comment if you like. Of course, I have to put my readers on to see, but how do you bring peace to your life? Do you stress? I felt that this is important to really talk on based on what I have been seeing with some of you, where you are stressing, you're allowing your situation to get the best of you. The fact of you may be losing a home or a vehicle or a job. I'll just say this too shall pass. Now, what you do during that moment makes a big difference, people. It really does. I mean, I'll always say, I don't look like what I've been through. If I can tell you what I've been through, it'll take a while. And through that, through those storms, have I cried late at night? I sure have in the past. Um, and did I worry in the past? I sure did. But then I understood that worrying gets me nowhere. Worrying wasn't fixing the problem. Worrying wasn't getting me what I lost. Worrying wasn't giving me peace. So I had to throw that out the window, and I said, bye, Felicia, to worry. I thankfully have not been in a state of depression. My prayers are for you that are in that state or have been. I have suffered from anxiety in the past. So I can relate to those that are going and having anxiety attacks. They are no fun, right? Especially if you that's watching may have gone through it or are going through these anxiety attacks. Let me tell you, they are no fun. You feel like you're dying, like you can't breathe. You start hyperventilating to the point where your fingers are cramping. You can't even move your legs. They're like dead weight. But those were my symptoms. Those are the things that I felt in my young years of having anxiety, and I was allowing things to build up in me because I went to college and I worked three jobs and I was overdoing it. But I did it until a doctor says no more. You're gonna have to quit one or two of those jobs. But I was doing it to support myself. Yes, I was living at home, but train fare, meals, things like that. Give gas to my dad for driving me to the train station, and so or to work. So I did it until I was rushed from a class in the university at the college. I was rushed to the ER, Northwestern Memorial Hospital. Mrs. Moe, my teacher, see, I remember these names because I had a story that was created out of that. Some of my classmates that didn't like me at the moment that they saw me hyperventilate. Actually, I was in my philosophy class, my best class, my favorite class. Why am I saying this? Because I believe somebody that's watching needs to hear this. And I'm spiritually led for those that don't know, okay? And so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, my eyes get teary eyed, and I could just I could feel the tears running down. And one of the girls that didn't like me, that just thought I was acting like I was Miss Goody Two Shoes. I was just a positive person. I'm just a bubbly, positive combustion. I just love to be positive. I'm very confident within myself, and some people confuse it for arrogance or conceitedness, and it's neither one. But once you get to know who I am and whose I am, and so I was rushed to the hospital. They gave me oxygen. They're like, "What's wrong?" And as I was trying to catch my breath, I said, "I can't breathe." And after that, everything just like went crazy. And that's when they told me that my body was reacting to all that I was doing. I was doing too much, right? And then even when I got married, I was still suffering from anxiety. I would start hyperventilating after an emotional episode of my life in a situation or argument. I would start. That's how I was trying to talk, but that's how the words would come out. And I was having trouble trying to speak. It was my speech was slurring, and then I was trying to catch my breath, and my ex-husband would try to blow some air like CPR, that's how I felt like I needed some air. And so, God bless him for doing that for me. But, change of pace, change of lifestyle, change of mindset happened to have gotten rid of all that. One, I wasn't doing as much. Two, I was trying to take my life more smooth, like the smooth operator. And so I learned that I needed to take care of me, my mind, my heart, my spirit. It took me a while, but because I wasn't really in a relationship with God then. I was always spiritual since I was a kid, but the relationship wasn't like the way it's been in the last 15 years, 16 years or so. Um, I've learned from it. I grew from it. So now I can tell others about it to help. And I don't stress. I don't worry. Now, being concerned about people and things, my loved ones, yes, I'm concerned about them, but I don't lose sleep over things like that. I don't feel sorry for people. I feel empathy and not sympathy. And so these are the things that I learned to do in my life so that I can protect my mental health, protect my heart, my spirit, and my physical health. Because when you start worrying, sometimes you'll end up with hypertension. You start eating more, indulging in food, or as some would call it, comfort food, and would start eating more. And then you start gaining weight. And then in some instances, it's hard to lose that weight. Now you've gained an extra 50 to 100 pounds. If it's hard to lose 10 pounds, I can imagine how hard it is to lose 50 or 100 pounds. And some of you may need to work on that. You know who you are. No offense to anybody, no disrespect to anybody, but the self care is so, so important. I have lost some cars through repossession, foreclosures, evictions, um, end up with no car, and I've been self employed since 2008. Working for myself since then. There's been struggles, there's been moments where I had to count quarters, but during those seasons, during those moments, I was still in the community. I was still serving. I was still helping. I was still taking care of my mom and dad and my two kids as a single mom and dealing with several toxic relationships. And God bless them. I don't think any ill feelings towards anyone because I have this peace that's within me. And God is peace. God is love. Love is God. And when you get that gift of peace and love, it doesn't matter what kind of storm is going around or whirlwind. It doesn't touch you, doesn't affect you the way it used to in the past. And I hope that at the sound of my voice, who is watching, I don't know who's watching, is feeling that peace right now, feeling that serenity right now. We live in a stressful world. We live in a material world. That's material girl, right? But stop living in the material world that you are out there to show off. Look at what I have when your life does not reflect that when you're home, when you're worried sick, when you get angry, when you get upset, when you are out there hurting people. It doesn't make you be a better person. Don't be an ugly person. God does not like ugly, and He's not too fond about pretty, as they say. But I'm here to help you in seeing how I'm living my life as an example. Some of you may say, "Well, we don't know what happens behind closed doors." Eve. Well, some of my close friends and some of my spiritual children, I have blessed in being with me. on a personal basis. And I'm the same person. I try not to get frustrated. I try not to get angry. Actually, the word try is not right because I succeed in not getting angry. I have been tested many times to see if I would get angry. On the radio, I have had people call in and try to say or did say derogatory things to me, and it didn't break me. Or some would say, I didn't break my character of who I am. and and it's okay. When you learn to say all is well and make it okay and know that it's okay, they can say whatever they want. They can talk about me when they want. Let them talk about you. They're not going to stop talking about you. So why are you so worried? You know, as I always say, I am more cautious about what God thinks of me than what people think of me. And that's the way you need to start living that type of life. Um, I wasn't sure what topic it would come out today. As you see, I don't have a guest today, but this is a lunch and learn show, a real talk, heart to heart, speaking life over you. And I love to speak life over people. Although, let me tell you, it hasn't been easy. Being on a board of a school board at a charter school that needs a lot of work to do is not easy, not impossible, but it's a lot of work. And then you got someone watching over you and speaking negative, and it can break your spirit and saying all this work and you're scoring me badly. But you know, not everybody knows what's happening behind closed doors. So who is scoring you may not know. Who is insulting you or judging you may not know what you're going through. And we are no one to judge anyone. I'm nobody to judge you, but I'll call out the enemy. And if God says you need to let this person know such thing, then I need to listen and do so. Sometimes some people don't accept the truth so easily. And I know the truth hurts. And it's hard to swallow it sometimes, isn't it? But that's because of our ego. That's because of our pride that we don't allow that correction to help us, that constructive criticism. But when we learn to know who we are and how we can live, then we continue. But it's like learning how to ride a bike, right? You ride a bike, you fall, you get back up. You're learning to pedal. In some cases, you need training wheels to get you going, but you don't give up until you say, look, mom, no hands, until you learn to pedal a bike and then you don't hold the handlebars. I've been one of those. Now, lately, I don't know if I can do that, right? I've been out of practice for years and my bike is just sitting there collecting dust and it's almost brand new. That's another story, another day about the physical. How do we take our physical? How do we handle our body and what is happening to it? Because when you're under so much stress, your body reacts to it in so many different ways that you feel like you're dying, but you're not. So, how do you find your peace? Learn to find it within you. How do you stop stressing? Learn to care less about the outside of what people are saying or doing to you. That's an ethereal lifestyle. I was touching on that. I touched on that rather on the radio earlier about an ethereal lifestyle. And, you know, God says to be an example. So I live by example as best as I can. Do I fall short? Yes, I do. I'm not perfect and don't claim to be. To my beautiful people that are watching, know that you are amazing, that you are beautiful, that you're awesome, but give yourself those positive affirmations, as I said in the last show. If you have to remind yourself of who you are, look in that mirror as much as you can, or even on your phone. You know, we all take selfies, right? We all take selfies. I'm guilty of it too. So pretend you're taking a selfie, but instead of taking the picture, or hey, better yet, you can take the picture after you talk to yourself. Say, God, you're beautiful. You're so smart. The people that told you you weren't about to amount to anything. I'm looking at my phone, not at the camera, but the people that told you that you ain't smart enough, that you're not good enough for that job, that you will never make it to anything, that you will never have your own company, that you will never be a millionaire. Ha! That's just a dream. Well, people, dreams do come true. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Make them come to a reality because it has happened. It can happen to you. And it will happen to you if you start speaking it into existence. I have been saying for years, even when I was seeing somebody and he was no millionaire, I was still saying, I'm going to marry a millionaire, thinking that maybe he become one. I don't know. But I'm a millionaire working to be a billionaire. What about you? You see, God knows my heart, but he also knows my actions. And let the actions reflect your heart. Many people say, I don't, God knows my heart, but your actions ain't too pretty. I don't know about that. And so I hope that hearing these words and this message, I hope and pray that it has helped you, um, that it has brought you a sense of peace, whether you're watching me on your smartphone or your computer or even on your TV. I am on Twitch TV, twitch.tv, and also on LinkedIn and Facebook. And I'm working. I'm hoping I can get it all together and figure this out to get on Instagram as well. I hope that you gain a nugget from this show today and from every show that I bring, from every episode with guests or without, because this is some real talk, talking heart to heart, from my heart to you, to your heart. Be loved by you. That's where it starts. Love yourself so that you can love others. Yeah, we have frenemies, we have enemies. So what? We have haters. Let them hate. God bless them. Hopefully, they'll learn something from you. We're going to always have haters. And let me tell you, if you don't have any haters, then you're doing something wrong. You know, Jesus even had a hater, and that was Satan. God had a hater. That's Satan. So I'd rather laugh and smile than to get angry and curse. I think that would give better feeling within you. Some of you may say cursing makes you feel good. Well, kudos to you. More power to you. Let's see how far that gets you. But on that note, I do have to get going. I know this is a 30-minute show. But I have a lot of work to do today, a lot of catching up, folks. This is Saturday. Let's enjoy this beautiful day. Let's go outside and seek the vitamin D. Seek that sunlight, that sunshine to make you feel good, to make you feel good from the inside out. Forget trying to feel good from the outside in. Forget that, people. Why don't you start loving you from the inside out? Beautify the inside, that inner beauty, let it radiate out and people can see it and feel it. And I hope that you can see it through me and that you can feel it as well. So God bless you. I love you guys. I'll be back on Wednesday. Know that Real Talk with E.V.E is coming on Wednesdays at 12 and Saturdays as well at noon o'clock. And yes, I am about to um, launch a Spanish magazine. I put the cover out there on social media this morning and I'm excited. It is a 200 plus page magazine. It's got a lot of rich culture in it. Stay tuned. Message me if you'd like to get a copy once it gets launched. I'm just excited. And I do have a team in Mexico that have helped me with that to make it come true. It's been a lot of work, long hours, long nights, and a lot of a lot of work, let me tell you. And hello to those that are watching me. Hola, Martita, ¿cómo estás? Y como dice la canción, no pares, sigue, sigue. That's a Spanish song that talks about don't stop, keep going. You know, Keep on. Was that other song says, don't stop till you get enough. Keep on. That's right. Don't stop until you get enough, people. And learn to love yourself, listen to some awesome music that's going to get you going like I do. I mean, I really get myself going with some of this music. And it's Christian music, people, and it's music that you can dance to. Merengue, bachata, reggaeton, cumbia. I mean, name it, it's there. Hasta banda. Just um, I just love it. But anyway, on that note, guys, I know that I am short a few minutes of ending this show, but thank you once again for joining me. Share this show with others. And it's Real Talk with E.V.E. And that is my name, Eve, but it's an acronym for excitement, victorious, and empowering. And that is my affirmations from me to me. What are your affirmations? What are you? Besides a mom, a sister, a brother, an uncle, a father, a cousin, a neighbor, a friend. Be amazing. Let the light shine in you because that's what God intended us to do, to shine. Shine bright like a diamond. You know, I can make a song out of everything I say, right? So, gotta go, gotta run. It's been real. It's been fun. Peace to you guys. God bless you once again. Thank you for joining me, Martita, and everybody else that chimed in on all the social media platforms. I am blessed and highly favored, and so are you. Yes, yes. So don't forget that. Know who you are and whose you are, and you just be amazing. Until next time, nos vemos. I'll see you Wednesday at noon, Lord willing, and hopefully with some guests. Take care. Hasta luego. Be awesome. Be amazing. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. It is a great, great, great weekend. Until next time.